John, how enjoyable is it to be in the position that you're in right now after another big win on the weekend?
Yeah, it's been good to get some reward for effort, but it's been the way we've been able to do it most of the time. It's our scramble pressure on the weekend was terrific. We felt that was a real positive, but it's about making sure you keep on backing it up, and that's what our challenge is every week we've got to try and back it up and go again. And there's always areas of the game that we can get better at. There's a few from the weekend that we know we can get better at, and we'll try and get the balance right between reinforcing what we've been doing well, but also there's always something to keep on improving. And we've got some areas out of the weekend that we can keep focusing on.
Your efficiency seemed really impressive. I mean, Fremantle kicked badly. You seem to kick really well and take advantage. How important is that? I mean, is there a way of pressing that home to the team, a way for them to take advantage of it?
Oh, it certainly helps where on the ground you have your shots from or don't have your shots from. It's sort of that's part of conversion is making sure that you have your shots in decent parts of the ground. But on the weekend we it was probably they missed some goals as well, which helped to a bit of a differential on the scoreboard. So in the end, it made a bit of a difference on the scoreboard, and a lot of the other stats were probably fairly close.
John, pretty good position to be in at the moment. There's been some talks that the Swannies are the most complete team. How do you find hearing those sorts of waves?
I don't really pay any attention to it because it's about what we think about internally, and we know we've got to keep working at our game. We played Carlton this week, and if you look at what Carlton have got, they've got a couple of Coleman medalists in their forward line, and they're the number one contested ball team in the competition, number one pressure team. It's going to be a massive game this week. So every week, like last week, going to Fremantle was a tough one. This week's a massive game here at the SCG, and there's always another challenge to keep you on edge, and we need to be on edge every week to make sure that we keep improving as a team.
Going to be a big ask to try and lock down those tools, Charlie and Harry. How's Tom looking, and maybe Nick as well?
Yeah, Tommy won't play, so Tommy McCartan will be out. So he's coming along pretty well. He was good today, but he'll be out of the team. So Nick's fine, so he'll be fine to play. So obviously we're looking after Tommy, and whilst he's feeling fine today, we'll give him another week.
Is there a bit of extra tension on those two big men?
Clearly, because they're such good players and they're in great form. It's quite unique in the competition to have such two dominant key forwards like they've got, and such successful forwards. They're both playing really good football, but they're also surrounded by some smalls that can kick goals at ground level as well. So they've got a really good balance in their front half, and if you look at their contested ball, the ability around stoppage, Cripps and those guys, what they can do at centre bounce clearances over the last month has been enormous. And so they're a really terrific team with even down back with Wiedering down there. They've got a really good balance. So it's going to be a tough one.
How confident are you that Tom will be back the week after? Is it a concerning situation at all, considering he missed a lot of football last
No,
week?
I just want to make sure it's not about that. He's feeling good today, but only because we give him another week doesn't mean that we're overly concerned in that regard. We've just got to make sure we look after him, and he's feeling fine, but he'll take another week, and we'll see how he is next week. We're not going to rush into it, but hopefully he's on the right track.
55-metre barrels from Luke Parker in the VFL. How much does that help his claims of finally getting back into the team?
I think today he said it was an 80-metre barrel, so you're probably selling him short saying it was 55. It was a massive kick. So it was a terrific kick. But it was an important game. The boys were good to fight back, and look, we'll see how it goes. I mean, we've been reasonably consistent through that midfield group, and we'll see how this week lines up. There's other players like Braden Campbell. There's all sort of depends upon what roles are available, what roles we think we need in the senior team, and it's obviously a bit early in the week to make much commentary about that.
When it's a player of his stature at the club, do you approach it a little bit differently? Do you have the face-to-face conversation and explain just where it lies for him?
Yeah, certainly. Last week we had that chat, and he wants to play senior footy. That's understandable. His attitude has been terrific. Again, on the weekend, he was superb with the way he went about it, and how he's leading those younger players in the next tier down. But also understanding that he wants to play seniors, but he's going about it in such a terrific way, and getting even more respect from his teammates.
with Robbie Fox. I think it's a sub 2 weeks in a row, Robbie Fox now. Could it be a case of him getting more minutes in the VFL and then Luke Barker comes back in that manner?
They play completely different roles, and so we're mindful of that. Obviously, with Robbie, his flexibility's been important. So the week before we lost Tommy, we can throw Robbie down back, and so that comes into the thinking as well. You need to be able to have some flexibility in your team and play different roles. And Foxy's been really important at being able to throw him in all parts of the ground. And if you lose a tall during the game, he helps with that. Whereas, if you bring another midfielder in, obviously that doesn't help if you lose a defender. So those discussions go on during the week.
I know Millsy had a setback with his calf the other week. How is he tracking at the moment?
He ran today, so watching him run today, he looked good. He's. I think at the start of the year we said he's sort of talking about the midweek, around the midweek part of the year, but because he sort of has been a bit delayed getting going, it'll probably be a couple of weeks after that. How long, we're not sure. So far he's been running but not doing any of the training, so he needs to take that next step before he gets back in. So he's going to be a bit longer than what we'd originally predicted at the halfway point of the year. So he may be just a week or two after that, so hopefully not too far away.
And just to clarify, the delay is because of the calf, not the shoulder?
No, shoulder's fine. It's the calf. So he just started getting back into training and into some full training and had a calf setback, and we needed it to go pretty smoothly to get back in time and make sure that the combination of him doing competitive work and enough running was at the right amount of that was required, but he just fell short of that. So he'll be back just after the bye, hopefully.
Outside of the key forwards, the major strengths for the Blues, where are they for you?
Their midfield's so talented, but so tough and hard. Their ground balls, their centre bounce clearances. They've got Sam Walsh is one of the best two-way midfielders in the competition. Obviously, Paddy Cripps is a superstar. They've got plenty of weapons, and the big guys in the ruck are really competitive. So we're understanding that it'll be a tough game. Wiedering's one of the best defenders, if not the best defender going around at the moment down back. So it's some good players on both teams, and I think that's what's going to be a great contest this Friday night at the SCG. It'll be wonderful.
And just lastly, I know last week the Blues expressed some interest in Haywood. I'm imagining they're going to be keeping a keen eye on him this weekend.
It doesn't come into any of my thinking at all. He's been terrific for us, and he's going really well. So we love his chase and his tackle. He's been rewarded over the last couple of weeks, which has been good. Been rewarded for the work he's doing off the ball. So he's an important player for us, and hopefully he's important for us this week.
Confident you can keep him, John?
We're confident. I'd love to keep all of our players. It's just part of the industry at the moment. He's playing good footy for us, and hopefully he plays good footy for us for a long time.
Whenever there's a draw, the talk of extra time comes into thinking. What do you make of that discussion?
I probably don't have a really strong view on it, other than if we've given ourselves an extra game already on over the last couple of years, it's another game. So if you get in a situation, maybe during the year we have one or two, you play extra minutes on top of that. How much extra minutes you play on top of that? I know Chris Fagan said afterwards that he was pretty glad not to play extra time because they were gassed. I think we just got to be aware of the pressure that can put on your players. But I think at the moment I'll probably sit in the camp just to leave it as is.